Hello, everybody. Welcome back here to Freaky Fast Broadcasting, where we're here tonight with this Sim Racing Unleashed Cup Series as they are in their playoffs here. And this is at the Charlotte Roval here tonight. Going to be a wild, wild race here as the point standings are very, very close as the season here is coming to a very near end. With these guys here in qualifying at the moment, we'll see how it all shakes out. But man, oh man, going to be a fun race here tonight. This track very, very tough, and I expect to see a lot of maybe bent fenders and maybe some bruised feelings out here because this place is it's pretty similar to what you see at short track racing. So we'll see how it all shakes out. But glad to have everybody here, of course, here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting here with Sim Racing Unleashes Cup Series, and we're going to get tonight rolling as these guys are putting down qualifying laps. Robert, what do we expect here tonight? The Roval 44 laps. Which should be pretty wild.
Well, we expect this to be a Chase Elliott night. We got a Chase Elliott vehicle out there because, since they put this into the NASCAR circuit, Zach, it's been one of the fan favorites. People love watching this track. People love coming to watch this race. So I'm sure everybody out there is going to hopefully tune in and enjoy seeing what these guys could do here at Sim Racing Unleashed. I know definitely I run it a couple times, and it is a tough track. It really, really is. Your braking points, got to go through the chicane, rumble strips. Man, they're tough. You hit them things, it can really upset the vehicle. So we'll have to see how these guys all handle it out there tonight there, Zach. And so we'll go from there. But okay, sorry, I was just reading something. Welcome everybody here tonight, as like Zach said, here at Sim Racing Unleashed with believe one more race or two more races to go. Two more until we finalize a champion. So we'll see how this all plays out, man.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting too, Robert. With like you said, only 3 races to go, including tonight. Braden Chris, Hunter Hayward, and Todd Neese all coming here tied for the points lead.
Oh, Jesus. So, wow.
Yeah. So we got a 3-way tie for the points lead with 3 races to go. You got Lane Doyle in that 4th position in points, 4 points back. You got Brandon Hartwell and Joseph McWhorter at 8 points back, tied for 5th. Then you got Brandon Colley, 12 points back. David Neese, 14 points back. Michael Yara also tied with David Neese there, 14 points back. 21 points back to Stephen Leffler, 21 back to Steven Stimpy. It's a lot of ties. And then rounding out the field, there's Jason Anderson in the 12th position, 26 points back. So really, in my opinion, everybody still has a shot at this thing with the way the points only 26 points separating all 12 drivers. But tonight will definitely be a very crucial moment and very key to carry your success here tonight into this final 2 races. As qualifying is nearing the end here with about 3 minutes to go. But so far, we got Adam Samsell on top of the board with a 17 flat around here. Very good lap time here at the Roval. This is one of my favorite tracks to run at. It's one of the most technical road courses. Very slick, very tough. A lot of turning and braking at the same time, so you got to really manage that brake pressure. So you're going to see guys doing that with also keeping the rear tires under you because a lot of traction zones. This place has got pretty much everything you could face at a road a road course. It's a really tough place to get around, and the guys who makes the most mistakes will be the ones that fall back, and the ones that make the least amount of mistakes we'll see the guys going forward. We've seen literally in our Canadian Tire race this past Wednesday, making mistakes. It plays a huge factor in road course racing.
Yeah,
and you could be the dominant car and be super quick, but if you make mistakes, none of that matters. It comes down to really just consistency and hitting your marks and not making mistakes. That's something we're going to see here tonight. As we got about a minute 50 left here. Looks like a few guys popping in the board now too. Michael Yara there to 5th, Stephen Leffler to 6th. So a lot of good times here. Everybody's pretty close, even back all the way to the 12th position. Guys in the 119. So running a 119 here is a pretty decent lap. You're getting around here pretty decently with a 119. We do have some cooler track conditions, but once all the way to a 117 flat, that's in the upper range of lap time. So we'll have to see who has the race pace. Because I can tell you one thing: qualifying is important here, but race pace can be drastically different than your qualifying pace because it all comes down to tire management at that point.
Speaking of tire management, So we're going to be looking at probably around 20 laps. They're going to roughly do what they did on Wednesday night. They're going to split this race in half. We might have some pit early to try to get that leapfrog, try to undercut, basically, depending on how far you're back.
That's what I would do. My strategy, 44 laps, I'm pitting at lap 20. I probably would pit earlier than that because you can go 35 laps on a tank of fuel here. So it's going to be a one-stop race unless you have some type of mechanical issue where you got to come down and get that fixed. But really, the pit window opens up really from 9 laps in on. You wouldn't want to go that early because 35 laps on tires is really stretching it, in my opinion. But just how I've always thought about it is, you get to a point where you run in these road courses too, just like we do almost every track as we're in the qualifying, where you keep running the same time. And as long as you're consistent and you can keep running that same time, an early pit stop will help you get those laps out in front of that person. And it's tough to pass somebody back when the time's even out. So you're going to see guys playing all types of different strategy. But I look at lap 20, and then you run your last stint with 24 laps. Even take a little less fuel too, make that car a little lighter, which helps on the road courses for tire wear also. And that right there, Robert, is the end of qualifying. It looks like Adam Sampsell will hold on to that pole here as we go to our starting grid. There it is. Adam Sampsell starting on top of the board here. First position. Second's going to go to Hunter Hayward, tied for the points lead there. Joseph McWhorter, also another playoff driver there, starting in the third position. Braden Crest, tied for the points lead, starting in fourth. Michael Yarrow there, starting in the fifth position. Stephen Leffler started sixth. Brad Delph there after a good few runs there at the Canadian Tire and Michigan last week, starting in the seventh position. Eighth will be Mark Whitley. Ninth, Cedric Hunter, our winner at Canadian Tire. 10th will go to Brandon Hartwell. 11th is Gomez. 12th will be Lane Doyle. 13th is Nicholas Lobey. 14th, Jason Anderson. 15th, Jason Adams. 16th, Robert Cheswick. And rounding out your field, tied for the points lead, is Todd Neese in the 17th position. So 17 cars here tonight at the Roval. That's a pretty good size field for a road course like this. So we will see how it all shakes out. But a lot of playoff drivers. You can see the yellow banners on all of those cars sitting there. Is the 00, the only non-playoff driver there, pretty much in the top 7. So yeah, it's a lot of playoff drivers with a lot on the line here.
Going to get very, very interesting, very, very fast. The key of this race, like you said, I think it's going to be the first 3 laps. Got to get settled in, get through the turns, and then race to race and not your competitors. You got to race to track, and but you got to do it in the first lap or two. You got to get yourself in position. These guys are going to go down into turn 1 side by side. Hopefully no one overshoots the turn there, Zach, and winds up into the barriers, and into the wall or anything like that, or scrapes the wall, and they can make it through turn 1, 2, and 3, and 4. I think it's all the way up to 5 in turn 6, where then we get to the traditional NASCAR side of things on the track until you get down to the bus stop, So that's the way I see it. Once it settles out, then you can race to race and, size up your competitor in front of you.
Yeah, and we've seen in the Canadian Tire race what pressure can do. We've seen Hunter Hayward succumb to the pressure from Cedric Hunter there, just making a little look to the inside that made him push a little too much. So it just shows you don't always have to pass, make the pass on your competition. You can pressure them into a mistake here at road courses especially, and it'll be interesting to see. I mean, with a 0.6 of a second gap there in the qualifying times, we'll have to see if anybody can keep up with Adam. That's a pretty decent margin there for that, but I know Hunter, he worked pretty hard this week on his pace, so we'll see if he can keep up with that 00, and we'll see what the 00 has for race pace. Like I said, one thing to put down a fast lap time, but it's also another thing to have good, strong race pace around a track like this. So race pace will be the key here because you got 44 laps around here, and you can't run away from the race when there's 44 laps. So see how these gentlemen out here take this beautiful, beautiful racetrack. It's really a work of art, in my opinion. Just having a track that has they call it, what they would say is undulation, is up and down. You get that up down feeling right there, almost like a little roller coaster through the infield, and that's just something you don't really have at a lot of road courses that we go to in NASCAR, other than really I guess you could say Sonoma and Watkins. Yeah, but it's very uncommon for an infield, I guess you could say, of a oval to have some up and down elevation changes for a road course inside of it. So That's a really cool factor to see. As you know, one of the other Rovals they've ran NASCAR is the Daytona road course, and you really don't have no up and down. It's a pretty flat, racetrack. So this gives it a little more character. Also, I feel like the track surface is a lot slicker here at this track. For some reason, it doesn't have a lot of grip in that infield. And then you head down right here, as you see here, these guys are facing down to this bus stop chicane. And this thing right here is treacherous. You got a long braking zone. These stock cars, you're going to have guys, braking at the 4.5 mark there, and heading all the way down here, going all the way through the gears from fourth all the way down to first, and getting the power down here in one of the slowest speed corners.
I'm trying to remember. We've called these guys all season here at SRU. I don't know who the road course ringers actually are, Zach. I know Hunter's fast. I know Joseph is fast. I know apparently Adams is fast.
Yeah, Adam looks pretty fast here, but from past experience, Joseph won the Sonoma race, if I'm not mistaken. So
okay, we did have one race then. That's right.
Yeah, and Cedric won the Canadian Tire race. So and I know Cedric's not got the greatest pace, but we'll see the pace car pull in here, and these guys are going to head down to the chicane here and start the race. And this is going to be the key here. Who can get the good traction off of this corner as they go side by side down the front straightaway? Joseph McWhorter now trying to take second. He takes it from Hunter Hayward. That's going to be crucial as Adam Samsell makes a big mistake. That lets Joseph McWhorter get to the lead. Look at these small little mistakes, Robert. Already here we're seeing, look at that, the 30 to the lead. That was a great start for Joseph McWhorter from the third position up to the lead already in the early stages of this race.
And I said that the first 2 laps there, Zach, you're going to have to hit your marks, but also battle the car that you're battling with, get settled in, and then race the track and not your competitors. And Adams did make a little bit of a hiccup there, but doesn't look like he suffered too much damage there, so I do believe he's going to be okay. He does got the pace speed. He did qualify on the pole with Joseph in third, so we'll see if he can rebound as he's sizing them up coming down in here right now to the bus stop. Do they call it the bus stop here?
I call it a bus stop.
I call it, okay, chicane bus stop. I apologize, fans. I will call it the bus stop because that's just, I'm old-fashioned. So we'll call it the bus stop if everybody doesn't mind.
Definitely. And as they head down here now to the front straightaway chicane here, as Joseph's going to ride them curbs. And now you got the battle back here too. Is you got Caress, Leffler, Yarrow, and Hartwell all in line, all playoff drivers. And these guys are getting settled in pretty nicely. I tell you who's made a pretty big jump up is Mark Whitley from 8th to 4th on the first lap. We know Mark Whitley very aggressive, and he's already made his climb up through here the field. I know Mark has got some really good short run pace at this track. I just know he tends to struggle at this racetrack. At least the last time I raced him here with the rear tires, he seems to really hurt them as the run goes on. We'll see if he can continue to hold that together, as this track's so tough with that, to hold the rear tires together. And Joseph, though, did a great job to get the lead. That was super impressive. Here, you look at this battle here. Definitely got to the wall. That's going to let Yarrow get a position on him. Also, Hartwell, that's going to be a lot of speed loss there for Steven Leffler. As they head down to the back straightaway here. That chicane's so tough and narrow as these guys navigate through there and down to the front stop chicane. This one's really tough too. Got to really make sure you get it wound up, and it's easy to overshoot this chicane here. You got to keep it nice and tight. As I believe, we have a change for the lead, Robert. Adam Samsell made the move, but Joseph McWhorter going to cross him back over side by side into the infield. This is a tough spot to race side by side here. They got also Hunter Hayward. He's going to try to maybe get into that hole. Joseph covers it off. Adam Samsell pulls at her back to the lead. Great move. He made the move coming out of the front stop chicane there. And I tell you what, that was a great move for him in that 0-0. As now he takes control back of this lead with Joseph Ward now in the second position. Ooh, pushing really hard right on the front bumper. He almost kissed the wall on the outside there, and you get so close to it. So definitely seeing how it all shakes out here is Adam Samsell actually leading that 0-0, looking very, very strong here so far.
Ford Mustang's looking very strong as he comes down here in chicane. Checking out the rest of the field here. Mark Whitley just put down the fastest lap of the race as of right now in that 77 Pepsi machine. So he's looking pretty good right now. From what I can see here, we had a couple people. Something happened to Cedric. It showed me that Cedric went off track. Now, I don't know. Doesn't look like too bad.
Yeah, behind him, Jason Adams. That was not Jason Adams. That was Nicholas Mulvey. Had a big moment there in the 13.
Yeah, he did. He was sideways and looks like he's got damage already.
Yeah, a little bit of damage here. It's easy to do with the walls being so close to you at this racetrack. Oh, he's getting a little hot in there too. Possibly gets her rode down, but yeah, Cedric must have had a mistake too in the 11 machine.
And Mark
easy to do
Whitley.
it. Mark Whitley's around. Early mistake there from Mark Whitley. And it's easy to do at this racetrack. You gotten too hot into the I call it the underpass corner, because you go into the Bank America underpass there where fans can walk over from one side of the track to the other side and do a lot of racing. And that actually hurt Brain Caress. Brain Caress got a little bit of damage from that on the left front, and I'd be worried about temperatures for that number 91 with how the damage is placed. As you see, Brain Caress come down a little bit. That splitter showing the ground, the right side, and it's never fun to have. At this track, you can get away with some damage, but the cooling is what I'm worried about. As you're going hard through these gears constantly, it's easy to overrev that car. So you'll see him here come down here and see how it works out. Hopefully no heating issues for him, because he's going to have to at least make it to lap 9 or so. Like I said, before that fuel window opens up to where you can make it to the end. You're not going to want to pit there and go all the way, but it's doable.
Well, yeah, they do got one fast repair, so we don't want to use it that early. But like you said, if it comes push to shove, you got to do what you got to do so you don't blow the motor and just make it worse than what it already is.
Definitely can make it worse. Now back to the front, we got about a 3-car breakaway. I mean, it's the top 3 have pulled about 7 seconds on the rest of the field now, as they're pretty evenly spaced, with Adam Samsel starting to stretch his legs a little bit here on these other 2 guys of Joseph McWhorter and Hunter Hayward, as you see Hunter Hayward going down here to the the back straightaway bus stop here, and getting her nice and woed down for that 21. It's going to be a key. We know Hunter's got good pace, but he's got to work on the race pace. He definitely showed great pace at Canadian Tire. It's just his race pace was a little bit, suffering, and that's the key to getting around a road course is, continuing to put up nice, consistent, clean laps, and we'll see how it all works out for him. I tell you what, the pace that Adam Samsel is setting right now is very impressive. The only thing I worry, sometimes you got to pace yourself in these events like this. This place can really eat the tires off, and he's ran consistently 118s every single lap. So we'll see how his tire wear works out for doing that. But at the moment, looking very strong in the double zeros. He's starting to, like I said, a little bit of gap. Yeah, push wide right there. See, you make continuous mistakes like that, they compound themselves. And Joseph Waters not far behind. So see how this double zero continues here around this beautiful road course.
Yeah, he went dirt sliding. All 4 tires, man. He was heading for the grass.
And the track falls away there too, so you definitely don't want to get out there too wide to back down here to the back straightaway chicane. Here is Adam doing a great job there to get a nice run. Joseph actually got a pretty decent run there out of that corner to kind of close the gap in a little bit. So these 2 are starting to pull away from Hunter Hayward just a teeny bit.
We see Brandon Hartwell went off track a little bit.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he did.
He's now behind Stephen Leffler now. That's going to put him back into the 8th position. And so Hartwell, we've seen him be super quick at Canadian Tire, but he had mistakes, and that's something that this track here will eat you up. This track will eat you up when it comes to mistakes. So you can't make a lot of those, and he's going to need to have a good night here if he wants to hold to that, close the gap on that points lead. Adam Samsel having a big wiggle. I'm worried about him burning his tires up personally. I know his pace is strong, You want to run fast
Oh,
laps, but doing that right there will not last. It will not. I will tell you that for a fact. Your tires will be done, and Joseph's actually looking a lot smoother than this double zero right now.
yeah,
And
that
this is
car.
where you feel the rear tires. Right here is where you're gonna see where rear tires comes into play. Ooh, Joseph gets a little wood.
Yeah, I'm just still worried about Adams, or like you said, he is 2 laps now in a row there, Zach, that he was a little bit, car just looks very unstable for him. And maybe he's just
Hayward
overdriving it,
spun it.
maybe?
Hayward spun it too.
Oh, yeah, he did. Yeah. We'll go back and check on that.
Yeah,
Let's
he
go
got.
back on the replay here. Let's see
Yeah, he lost
exactly
it down here.
what happened here with Hunter. Oh.
Easy corner to lose it. Such a high speed, tight entry there that you can really lose the rear of the car there, and that let Caress even get by. So that pushes him back to fourth. And coming here is the points leader, and Caress tied with him. Now that puts Caress to the point lead, with Joseph battling with Adam Samsel now for the lead. This is a little tight.
Oh, it looks like we had Bradley go off track
Yeah,
or something
yeah.
too.
Yeah, he went from 5th all the way back here in front of Mark, now in the 8th position. So, yeah, mistake there from the 14. We didn't see many of them at Canadian Tire, but like I said, this track, Canadian Tire's a tough one too. But this track, it's a different beast when you come to road course racing, especially in these Cup cars. You got more horsepower. It's just way easier to make a simple mistake that leads you to some big mistakes. Oh, Mark Woodley hard into the bus stop. Brad's going to pull him though here on exit. You can get there, and you can get into that corner real deep like Mark Whitley did there, but it will hurt you on the exit. And you see Brad did pull away there as they head into the front straightaway chicane. Oh, Mark Whitley, big run, but sliding sideways, trying to look to the inside of the 14. Here he goes. Can't even make it work. That's going to be the pass for the 8th position. Mark Whitley up to 8th after his spin. So back to where he started. Good run so far for Mark Whitley. Let's see here, Brad Delph there trying to hang on here to the back bumper, but he's starting to lose a little bit of ground here to Mark Whitley as Mark Whitley starts to drive away in the 8th position. Up front. Oh man, Adam Samsel is sliding all over the place in the double zero. I think Joseph McWhorter here is going to be trying to make a pass here in the near moments as these all around this track, everybody's struggling with lack of grip. So I'm gonna see that become a bigger and bigger issue as the race goes on. See who can hold on to their race cars as looks like Brad, they're pushing a little bit wide, just barely, maybe even put the wall inside wall there. Man, oh man. Hard track. As we've completed now 9 laps here already. Laps to look off before I look. Oh, big run here from Brad Delph to the inside of Mark Williams. He's got stuck behind the 6 of Robert Cheswick. That's going to let the 14 get by. What a move from Brad Delph there to get back by Mark Whitley. And oh, man. And even to the outside there, you see Joseph McWhorter nail the outside wall on the other side of that pit wall. So hard lick for the 30. Man, I tell you what, these guys out here battling their hearts out right now on this race. As I believe we're having a few little issues right now, so sorry, we're on the 14 at the moment, stuck here. We're having, I think we might have fixed our issues. And we'll at the wait one moment for our data to start really coming back together, but we'll see how everything has happened here. Is man, I tell you what, a lot of guys struggling for rear grip as I look to the field. Oh, Mark Whitley missing the backstop chicane. What a tough corner that is. Tell you what, the battle for the lead's still hot. Joseph McWhorter slapped the wall on the corner right before the entry onto the oval. But I tell you what, Adam has felt the pressure from this 30. The 30 is not giving up, and Adam is not cracking either. He's sliding around. They're both sliding around, and you'll see here this wall right here. This is where Joseph really knocked that wall down and created big issues. There's Adam really getting out of there, getting back onto oval turn number 1 there to head down into turn 2.
I gotta give Adams a little bit of props, though. I mean, considering the way he burned up them tires and was sliding around and everything, he looks like he settled back down and realized I can't be doing what I was doing, because he's got the speed in it. You just gotta take care of the car there, Zach. I mean,
yeah, you really do, and it's hard. Also, you got a car right in your mirror like that. It's easy to step on that accelerator a little too much. So it's very easily done. And I think both of these guys have hit the outside wall with their right front, so they've already got a little bit of damage on the front of these cars. But that time by right there, Adam was able to run a 121.1 to Joseph's 121.5. So definitely seeing pace difference there. As looks like Hayward's starting to close back in on Caress, but still a nice sizable gap there for Caress as he runs a 121.1 to Hayward's 121.6. And right now, Hayward's pretty much on pace with the. Oh, and Sam said, "Oh man,
that is the third time he has done that."
Yeah, you cannot hit that curb on entry there. That curb will send you out wide. That let transfers the lead over to Joseph McWhorter's hands. But I tell you what, he missed the grass. Missing the grass is a big thing to do. If you hit that grass, he was going straight off into the barrier, no grip.
Well, and you got the tires already heated up, then you get the grass all over your tires, and then it takes a lap or two for them tires to clean themselves off because everything wants to stick to the rubber. So, and that is in iRacing. I mean, you can pull, dirt with you.
Wow, the double zero there lighting the rear tires up as he goes through the chicane. They head down to the front straightaway chicane. Joseph McWhorter opens up the gap to around a second there. That shows you how big exiting that back straightaway chicane is. If you do not get a good run out of there, you're struggling here. As Joseph coming up onto the back of Jason Adams. See how he navigates lap traffic. Lap traffic is tough at this racetrack. Oh, and Jason Adams not helping him here. Really slowed him up there. But Joseph was able to navigate him well, so that wasn't too bad there for the 30. But it let the double zero definitely close in.
It comes down to when you're navigating the lap traffic, too. It's not the lap traffic, I feel, at a road course to always get out of your way. You got to figure out how to get around them because they're racing a race, too. It's not like an oval where they can go on the high side and you just go down underneath them, or you go on the low side and they go above you. You know what I mean? We're talking turn, braking points, and things like that. So I think Adams did a great job of just sticking his line and letting Joseph figure it out.
Yeah, it's just so tough to pass sometimes. You see Cedric here and Mark Whitley getting into it. This is the 9th and 10th positions here. Cedric has not had the hottest start to this race looking at his lap times, but he's starting to figure it out. Mr. No Practice is showing here because this track is definitely a track you got to get some laps in before you think you're going to come out here and do anything. But back to what you're saying right about the lap traffic. Yeah, I mean it's so tough being on both sides of the fence. Lap traffic, you're just trying to run your race. Joseph, he's trying to run as fast as possible as he's the leader. But like you said, it's the job of the leader to get around the lap traffic, navigate around them. It's just in such a tough spot. He probably caught him in the worst spot that you could catch a lap car, and it's right in that first little kink corner right there after turn 1. It's so slick, and you really can't go offline there. So, it's tough. But Joseph's doing a good job. He recovered well and ran a decent lap. They're both definitely working them rear tires, but they're doing a good job right now of just nice and easy, no big mistakes. But I tell you what, mistake is right around the corner anywhere you go at this racetrack.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at the track there, Zach, there on the lower left-hand side. You can see that they got clear sailing. There is no cars in front of them, no cars behind them. They're set pretty well right now, so they don't have to worry about any of that.
They definitely don't. Really, even looking back, Steven Leffler and Brandon Hartwell right now, the fastest cars on racetrack with a 121 last time by, compared to the leaders both. 122.4 and 121.8 for Sam Sell that last time. I will see if Joseph can pick it back up, as I believe he did get held up just a little bit. There is, oh, Hayward
Wow.
to the back bumper. A little bit stronger into that braking zone, but it let him push too wide there, and Carrasco had to run out. So that's definitely not what you want to see if you're Hayward there. It was Caress, I believe, just went out. So we'll see him disappear there for a moment as we go back here to the battle for 9th and 10th. As Cedric Hunter closed in on the back of the 77. Haven't been on the main move, but Mark Whitley having a little bit of a little slippy slide moments there off the exit of that chicane. Right through turn oval 3 and 4 to go down to the front straightaway chicane. Here comes Cedric, nice and hot to the back bumper of that Pepsi, number 77. You got to climb those curves, and those guys are climbing them, man.
My
that's
God.
how you get around it.
That's crazy.
Things, yeah. You know, and that curve right there they're hitting, I personally would not recommend that curve, to see how they're bouncing and loose right there. That curve upsets the car. The other ones definitely help you get through, but those are really the only curves you want to touch, is the chicane curves.
Wow.
As even now, Adam Samso, he's able to close back in on Joseph after all that. But I tell you what, Joseph just gets out the back straightaway chicane so much better than the 00, and that's really what's setting up his laps. Traction zones, man, those are the key. And now, you know, when completing lap 15 here for the leaders, when do they pit now? Do they, you know, come in early? I'm a big fan of coming in early here at this racetrack. I mean, looking at lap times right now, Joseph is running. He's ran a 121 since lap 10. He's running the same exact lap times he's ran over and over and over again. So my thing is, you're coming a little bit earlier than halfway, you get a little bit of gap built there by running on the fresher tires.
Do you think he's going to try to do what he did at Canadian Tire?
Who, Cedric?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think Cedric will try. Yeah, Cedric might think about the undercut. I mean, we always talk about it as a team at tracks like this, where you kind of want to pit almost, you know, run it backwards almost, which don't really want to pit as soon as you can make it, because like I said, that's 35 laps on tires. That's so long to go. But I think you definitely could think about doing that. You know, doing the early stop here, but I wouldn't do it no earlier than 18. So we'll have to see here in the next 2 laps if someone takes that advantage. Here goes Cedric. This is such a tough corner to pass in his high speed. He does a great job to actually keep it nice and low there and tight, and he will have a great exit there as they head down the downhill, back uphill near the wall, back onto oval turn 1 and 2 for, man, that was a great pass from that 11. See if he can start to drive away from the 77 now.
That was great. He sized him up. He knew where he needed to pass him. And, you know, these drivers out here, Zach, too, we don't talk about much either, is that a lot of them, you know, you might run 4 or 5 laps watching the car in front of you, what to do, how to pass them, and then you set them up, and then you go and you pounce on it. You know, you just don't do it in 1 lap. You might run behind them, like I said, 5 laps, and say, okay, he's a little slower in this turn, he's a little slower in that turn, but he's faster in this turn. You know, and you size everything up. Now, as you can see, he's starting to get up here to Yarrow. He's going to probably sit back, ride behind him, see what he does, and you know, hopefully he can pounce on him at the right spot at the right time.
Yeah,
that's the way I run road course.
Definitely, and you know, Yarrow here, this will be for position. This is the 8th position. Cedric slowly making his way back up to back to where he started after those issues he had early, but he's got about 7 seconds to the next car and then another 10 to the next car. So going to have a long way before if he gets by Yara here, if he can get anything. But I tell you what, Hayward has passed Caress now, pulled about a 2-second gap on him. So 21 of Hayward now back up to the 3rd position after his spin. So good recovery there for him, as he's definitely lost the pace compared to the front 2. So we'll have to figure something out here. I worked with him a little bit this past week to, you know, help him get tuned up a little bit for this race. Definitely get him in a good spot, and you know, I feel like we got his pace pretty strong, but definitely still that race pace is just that little bit he's looking for, a couple tenths on race pace, and he'd be a little bit better off right now. As you see Joseph there and Adam Sampson still going at it. I mean, Joseph's been quicker most of the laps, but Adam is just not letting him get away. And this type of pressure right here, having a guy a half a second behind you, is so tough to deal with. It really is. And I believe even Lane Duel behind them is on fresh tires, so in that 32. So that's another thing that's tough to have a guy on fresh tires.
No,
You
he's
see
not.
that? Look at the 00 closes up on you. As I guess Lane is not, but man,
No.
his time 1:20.4. That's a great lap time.
Nope, the only 13 of Nicholas is the only one that actually pitted there, Zach. So he pitted on lap 13.
He pitted on lap 14.
Oh, my data's not showing. Oh, I reset my data. My bad. You're right.
Now Joseph pulls the gap, as I think Adam had a huge mistake back there through the bus stop. Oh, he lost the rear and just got into hot. As I think he's pretty much killed the rears of that 00. So Joseph now just has to manage this 3-second gap, keep up a good pace, and Joseph McWhorter could definitely come home. As look, here now comes Hunter Hayward. He's hitting pit road on lap 19. He's doing the major undercut, and I talked to him about this, doing this type of strategy, and he's going to employ it here. To see how it works out for him. He's got a huge gap to the leader, so I don't think it's, unless those guys have super big mistakes racing each other or something, then I don't see him being able to make up the time with this move. But if they have big mistakes, it could put him where he could pressure them near the end.
So he had a 14.55 pit stop, pit lane a 44.63.
We'll see how that works out.
Oh man, Adam is. Oh, does he got a flat tire?
He hit the curb. He just nailed the curb, and that shot him out wide.
I if I was him, man, I'd be hitting pit road. He abused these tires. Yep. Okay. There he comes. I was gonna say his tires are abused. They're done.
Yeah. The big thing for him now, Robert, is if he abused the tires on that run right there, he's got to go a lot longer. He's got to go 25 laps instead of 20 laps here. Or well, really technically only went 19 laps on those tires, so he's got to go 25 laps on these tires here if he wants to make it to the end. And that's going to be crucial coming down to the end of this race. Oh, Lane Doyle, 32 off of the racetrack, hard into the outside wall. Oh man, hard hit for that 32, but I don't think too bad of damage actually. Yeah, Bob Ross didn't get bent up at all. Maybe his fro is just a little bit bent up, but Bob Ross is still smiling.
Looking at Yarrow, had a 15.6 pit stop with a 45 on pit lane. Wow.
Was that slow? Or is that fast?
That's slow because Hunter had a 44 on pit lane.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's a second just right there on pit lane itself.
Oh, yeah. And I think Cedric Hunter coming out of the pits now also in the number 11. Now, Joseph, I know he employed this type of strategy in the WSSR race that I raced with him. So he went longer. And I think in that race he was doing extending it, trying to lead a lap just for points.
Right.
But also, I like the idea here behind this, especially as Samsel, did he go a lap down through all that? He must have had some type of anger issues on pit road. Because I'm not sure if he sped. I don't believe he did. Oh, he definitely sped. Yeah, because he got a hold. He got held. Yeah.
Okay.
So I believe he definitely sped there into the 00. So that's going to hurt him now. As Joseph, he's unlapping himself to Joseph. So Joseph's got to know now, hey, that guy's the closest to me. He's going to hit pit road now. In that number 30, see if he can get her woed down. And
he had a 1:02 pit stop, and his pit lane was 1:31. of Adams. So he lost almost a minute and a half on the track.
Wow, major loss there for
Yeah.
him. Yeah, he's if he recovers for a top 3, that'll be amazing. Which I highly personally doubt that you'll be able to recover for something like that.
Hunter has put down the fastest lap of the race with a 1:18.
118 flat, good lap. You know, I like seeing good laps like that turn, but you don't want to run too fast personally. You can always run, probably in my opinion, a little too fast around this place because you got to be. It's almost like you got to slide a little bit and attack the track to really get the most out of this car, and it's easy to overdo that. And if you run a nice smooth lap in fast, it's fine. But if you have to slide a little bit to run that fast, it's not worth it, in my opinion, especially for race pace. You know, that's one thing I definitely had to learn around here is, yeah, I can be quick for one lap, but if I didn't clean up my act of sliding your tires around here, then you never, you know, really can keep it under yourself. As now looking at the back of Caress, and Caress is yet to pit here, so Joseph's just got to be nice and patient here, as he's got a whole pit stop lead over these guys. Here you're going to see he's going to be able to put the power down and drive right by that 91 to take the lead right back.
Yeah, and he pitted on lap 21 too, so Caress has not pitted, so.
Yeah, and I think Caress is going to hit pit road now. I think Caress was trying to lead a lap, but Joseph was able to get by him as he had a whole pit stop advantage on them guys.
Well, this is the race for him to lose.
Yeah, no, it really is. He should have a huge gap now, and it should just come down to really just hitting his marks. I know he's a little bit under the weather tonight. Just reading some stuff he posted, so he's definitely, you know, under the odds here tonight. But I tell you what, Joseph's a tremendous little road course driver. He's definitely one to watch. He's one I always worry about sometimes. So.
I wonder if he would ever get sick of winning.
I mean, that's hey, you know, I don't win too many things, but I can tell you one thing I'll never get sick of is winning. So
winning, what's that? I don't know what that is.
I really don't know that either.
Yeah,
I tend to get kicked on my butt kicked now. So, but you know that's how things go sometimes. So
wow,
it's good to see though. These guys out here doing a good job.
You would laugh at me. I hooked up my wheel the other night and went running around at Charlotte and wrecked it about 800 times and unhooked my wheel and put it back in the box. And said, that's the reason why I don't race.
Oh, man. Come on.
Nope.
You gotta let dust collector build more dust.
Nope. Yep. I tried it for an hour and I just sit here and just laugh so hard. You would have been laughing. You would have tears coming out of your eyes. I was just laughing. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't do it. My brain just didn't function. I didn't do it for like almost 2 years.
It's definitely different. Yeah, it's a wild thing. You know, and also, you know, Joseph's coming off the back of Yarrow. Ooh,
yeah, we have Yarrow on lap 23.
He may have had a slowdown. He might have missed the bus stop there on the back straightaway.
Okay.
And yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. Yeah, he just had to slow down, had to slow it up, get that black flag cleared, and he's back under his ways. It's a time penalty. So, yeah, Yarrow there cleaning it back up. But look, even behind him, there is Sampsell there in the 10th position. So he's 43 seconds behind leader Joseph McWhorter right now. Yeah, that shows you how big a mistake he made.
Oh, and there's a big mistake.
Yep. Definitely was a pretty big mistake there from himself. Ooh, sliding the rears again. That's really what comes down to it, man. You can't do that. You just can't. It equates to just the tire wear going through the roof. I think the 13 Nicholas Wolby, I think he spun it in the front straightaway. So he's getting her back up to speed. He spun actually right in front of Joseph. So Joseph had a little bit of a mini heart attack. As Hayward there goes past. And, you know, Hayward with that undercut, Robert, he gained about 12 seconds of time. So, I mean, if he would have had that spin, he would have been ahead of Joseph. So this is where the mistakes come back to hurt you. You know, he's got good pace. It's just that simple mistake is going to come back to haunt him. But I tell you what, he came in here as the tied for the points lead. If the race is the end right now, he should come out of here pretty much having the points lead still, because Joseph was 8 points back tonight. But it definitely lets Joseph close in a little bit, and you definitely don't want to see that 30 closing in on points. I think he's going to be a tough one to beat in these next 2 races.
Yeah. I mean, the point standings are going to start heating up here, ladies and gentlemen. But hey, I wanted to say thank you to everybody out there for tuning in. Chat is quiet, so don't be afraid to hit us up in chat. Talk about things. Yeah, we don't bite. Our chat on our streams are always quiet. It's like we must make them like, I don't know, maybe zombies.
We're making them TV.
Maybe stack. Oh yeah, people could be watching on TV. Okay, you got a point. But you can go to YouTube and or Facebook and pause the video on your stream on your phone and watch it on your big screen and still talk, because I do that. So
true.
I'm just saying, I just noticed our chat and our streams, either they get so involved into us talking, which is a good thing, that they're so interested, or we zombied them. I don't know, Zach. Which one is it? Zach Attack. That's what it is.
Maybe I put him under a spell.
Yeah, maybe. It's your voice.
It definitely ain't that. As I think.
See, there we go. Now we got people talking.
Ooh,
got Steven out there.
Oh, thank you.
Jeff.
Hey,
all right. There we go. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, look at Hunter Hayward there. Go Hunter. From Lucas, Texas, there, the 15-year-old, doing a great job, man. As I worked with Hunter a little bit this week, like I said, helping him out, and he was kind of like, "Wow, man, you guys are really good around this place." And I was telling him how impressed I was, as a 15-year-old kid, what he's doing. I told him it's only up here for him, and I said, just keep your head down, and keep going at it, and you'll keep getting better and better, man. And he's definitely shown good job here tonight. One simple mistake, but guess what? His race isn't over. And right now he's sitting in a top 2 position, and he's still putting himself in the position to win a championship at 15. I must point out, at 15, that right there is just mind blowing. It's when I was 15, I didn't even know there was such things as these. I never would imagine I would be doing the stuff I'm doing now in this simulator. I didn't think simulators were even a thing. So if you told me back then, I would have been like, "You're crazy."
I know we talked to him in the past, and he helps us up here in the booth, but he's very knowledgeable. I don't, I really enjoy watching him race, and I really do. And I'm just saying that from broadcasting a lot of leagues out there and drivers. He's got the knowledge. I've said it before. It sounds like he takes in what you tell him. He takes to heart, and he tries to apply it. He doesn't listen and then do it his own way. He's willing. He's got a lot of willing to learn. So that's a good key for sim racing, or just racing in general, because you got to listen to, if you get into the big shots in the big leagues or the pro series or whatever, there's going to be people telling you how to do things, and you got to adapt to that.
No, for sure. I tell you what, I might have jinxed Cedric Hunter. I said he got up in the 3rd, right after that he spun out. So he drops her back all the way, I believe, into the 6th position as that let Caress
and
Hartwell get by.
He hurt the kitties.
Yeah, he hurt the kitty just a little bit, but I tell you what, his pace wasn't terrible. I think I got to get on Cedric for this, as he's my teammate. The dude doesn't practice enough. He's the type of guy that just shows up, hops in the car, and that'll work on an oval, in my opinion. You can learn an oval real quick. There's only 2 corners at an oval.
Yeah.
You figure them out throughout a whole entire race. A road course, it takes hundreds and hundreds of laps before you get comfortable and you know exactly what the car is going to do there. And I hope he goes back and watches this, because Cedric, you need to practice more.
Somebody just called somebody out.
Well, I mean, you know what they say, your family is your biggest criticizer, but your most helpful criticizer, I guess you could say. So,
yeah.
I gotta let him know, is man look in front of him, Robert. Hayward Hartwell going to the outside of Mark Whitley into the braking zone. Up ahead of and Mark Whitley's gonna lose it, I think. Oh, and he saves it. But
Wow.
can Hartwell get the run off? I think he does. Side by side, as they go down to turn 3 and 4 here on the oval. Hartwell's got a good run, but Whitley keeping the inside lane the shorter way. It's going to keep him there. I think Hartwell should clear. Yes, he does as they go down to the braking zone. Nice pass from Brandon Hartwell to put himself up into the 4th position. Not too far behind Braden Kress. Man, that's a great pass there for the 5, and he's going to need that for the points because he came out here 8 points back here tonight. And he's also won, I'd say, in the final 2 races. If he can keep closing that gap down, he'll be one to be worried about because that dude right there is fast every single week, each and every week. So we'll see what he can do.
Yeah. Brendan is the type that, he starts in the back and at the end of the race, oh, where did he come from?
Definitely is.
Week in and week out.
And don't want to be a dead horse or nothing here. But the 0-0 after his great run throughout that first entire run, he's struggling now, Robert. 1:23.9 last time by for him. He's a minute and 3 seconds behind our leader, and really off pace right now for that 0-0. It's going from a good start out tonight to a really bad ending of this race for him. But I'm sure he'll learn a few things here to take back to this road course next time.
Well, that's it. You live and learn.
Definitely.
This ain't going to be the first time that he's been here. He'll be back to this track. And like you said, the team and him will all figure it out and try not to apply what you done wrong and know, so.
It's a tough place, man. This place can beat you up.
Nick's out there on YouTube says, can anybody tell he's not a road course driver?
Nicholas Lobe?
Yeah. Yeah, we could, yeah, in a nice way, bud. Yeah, we can tell.
Hey, man, it's tough. This is a tough track. This is not your normal road course either. Normally, your road courses, you got a lot of space to mess up. This place, it does not forgive when you make mistakes. So it'll bite you in a second. That's for sure. We got 14 to go now, Robert, with Joseph McWhorter still leading this race. Looks like Caress there holding on to 3rd pretty well. As Hartwell's about 3/10 quicker last time by. So it'll be interesting to see if Hartwell can close that gap in as he's moved into that 4th position now. But also got to think about Stephen Leffler too. He's 50 seconds back, so about 10 seconds back from Hartwell from that 4th position. But he's running 1:20.3s that I believe he was one of the later guys to pit there.
Yes, he was.
In the 8th position. So he should have some pretty good tires coming down to the very end of this thing. He may be able to crack himself up into that top 5 running order. And this is the perfect time for Robert. This is the perfect time to give a shout out to the sponsors. That's right. And as always, we got to give a big shout out to American Hero Hunt, the sponsor here at Sim Racing Unleashed. A great organization there, and just something I really like to read out each and every week here. As American Hero Hunt is a nonprofit 501c3 organization that gets veterans and first responders into the outdoors. They have free hunting, fishing, and camping adventures that are therapeutic, educational, and rewarding, all to give back to the heroes that have sacrificed so much for this great nation. Find hunt entries and more information about American Hero Hunt at facebook.com/American Hero Hunt. So remember, guys, go check them out on Facebook. That is such a great cause. We love getting them a shout out here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting here, as they are sponsored at Sim Racing Unleashed. Now we'll move on to Budget Sim Boxes here, and that is Stephen Leffler there in the 72. He's the man with the Budget Sim Boxes there. Got a great product. And remember, if you're a sim racer on a budget looking for a button box, then Budget Sim Boxes is your source. With several different sizes and functionality options, Budget Sim Boxes will have the box that fits your price range without breaking the bank. Budget Sim Boxes is your source of high-quality button boxes at an affordable price. You can find them on Facebook by searching Budget Sim Boxes, or you can look them up in the iRacing flea market on Facebook, where they have all types of posts there from Stephen Leffler himself about Budget Sim Boxes and their products they have. So you can go check out Budget Sim Boxes there on Facebook or the iRacing Flea Market. So awesome product he has there, and they're really cool. So can't wait to see mine when it gets here. As yeah, now we'll move on to our final sponsor of the night here, and this is a sponsor here of Freaky Fast Broadcast, and that is ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. Every game deserves a truly immersive experience. The ButtKicker Gamer 2 lets you feel every detail from the subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10 powered race car, from ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion. By moving a physical mass instead of only air, the Gamer 2 provides instant, accurate, powerful bass response, and it's all perfectly synced with every game and no additional software required. So remember to go check out ButtKicker and their ButtKicker Gamer 2 and feel what you've been missing at ButtKicker.com. As you see Steven Leffler, he was sliding the rears. His butt was getting kicked right there by the traction zone. But yeah, guys, thank you for the sponsor shout out there. As got some amazing sponsors here between SRU and Freaky Fast Broadcasting. As it's always a pleasure here to bring this stuff to you live in crystal clear HD. We got 12 to go at the Charlotte Roval, and thank you all the fans out there, supporting us through all the thick and thin. And we can't wait to continue on as this season is boiling down to the very crucial moments with 3 races to go. Only 12 laps left in this one, so we're near 2 races to go, and we will crown a champion here at Sim Racing Unleashed.
That is correct. And guess what? Speaking of one of them sponsors there, ButtKicker, guess what I got hooked up right now, and I hooked it up Friday.
Your ButtKicker.
My ButtKicker. And
are you feeling what you've been missing?
Huh?
Are you feeling what you've been missing?
Yes. Yes, I can say that much, and I'm not just saying that. Yes. I can hear the rumbles when they go over the rumble strips in these cars watching this race. I literally feel it in my butt. Not lying. I can literally feel it when they hit them rumbles. When I'm inside the car and go inside the car for the fans out there, I can hear the engine roar. And every time you put a big bass in your voice there, Zach, I feel it pump my butt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I felt that.
That's concerning.
It is. It's really, I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. On to the race. That didn't sound right at all. But seriously, though, if you go check it out, and you can use Freaky Fast 20 to get 20% off too, Zach.
So forget about that.
Yeah, we got a promo code. Use Freaky Fast 20. You get 20% off your complete order. And I'm telling you what, I've been dialing my ButtKicker in here and there, and I've been using it for majority. I'll be honest with you guys, Call of Duty, and wow, just wow. It's awesome. And it's taken fine tuning to get it there, but I love it. I didn't realize I had it. I used it. I packed it up and put it in a box for about 6 months. And I was like, you know what? I gotta pull this thing out and use it and see exactly what I'm missing. And yeah, I don't realize it until now. Now, to be honest with you, I've been using it for 3 days. I don't think I could go away from it. Like I'm starting to actually literally get used to it.
Hey, that's pretty cool to hear. I mean, you're feeling what you've been missing now, and maybe one day I'll have to feel what I've been missing.
Well, I'll order you one for Christmas.
Hey, well then when you talk, my butt will rumble too. So
yeah, but I don't got a bass voice like you.
That's right, you ain't got the bass.
See, I don't. So stop doing that. Okay, we're getting way off here. Okay, this is stuff we talk about after we're done.
Look at Brain Chris here. Like I said, Hartwell back to the racing here. Hartwell, he's closed the gap. So is Mark Whitley and Cedric Hunter. We've seen Cedric Hunter and Mark Whitley race earlier. So
yeah, they've been battling it.
This is for a podium right there. That is to talk to yours truly. And, everybody wants to do that. So, I mean, that's what they're fighting for right now, right? No, they're fighting.
I don't know. They don't talk to me. You do the interviews, man.
Hey, well, I'll be gladly to talk to whoever gets that thing. Caress is doing a great job of holding them off at the moment. And this looks like right now our closest battle is Leffler closing in that gap. It's not closing in as much as he probably needs to. So, yeah, that's tough. Probably going to not make it back to that 6th position as we have 9 to go here. Caress got to be able to hold off Hartwell. Did Hartwell spin it? Hartwell spun it.
Yeah, he did.
Lost it into the bus stop chicane. And I tell you what, that's where the rear tires go. You lose the rears under braking. Now can Mark Whitley and Cedric Hunter get something done here? Now Stephen Leffler has a chance at a better finish too, because there's Hartwell sitting in front of him. He could possibly get himself up to 6th. And these are critical points for the playoffs. Ooh, and Cedric Hunter did pass Mark Whitley. He's up to 4th. So Cedric Hunter is just spun all over the place. And he just, slowly drove himself back up there. If I interview him, he's gonna get an earful about that.
Well, he's not too far back from Caress, though.
Hey, he's not too far.
2 seconds.
Have his hands full here. If Cedric can keep up the pace he's been running. Just really looking at it right now, Cedric has been running consistently low 121. So if he can get into the lower 121s. Oh, and Caress misses the back straightaway chicane. That's going to give him a slowdown. I believe he'll have a slowdown. He should get a slowdown from that. We'll have to see. He hadn't slowed down yet. And I tell you what, the slowdown is pretty unforgiving.
It was close. I don't think it actually gave it to him there, Zach.
Yeah,
but he did have to slow down, though.
He definitely did have to slow down from that, but we'll see. I mean, he's continuing. Oh, Cedric. Oh, no. He about died. Yeah, he can see it right there, the podium sitting in front of his eyes. I think that's I think he.
Crest just bounced out.
He's out. Oh, okay, there he goes. He's back.
Oh, he's back now. Wow.
I'm not sure. Ooh, yeah, his ping spiked a little bit there. I guess he did not get a slowdown because he's still continuing on at a pretty good pace. That's pretty interesting, Robert. Slowdowns are unforgiving in iRacing. And
Mark just took the wall out.
He was trying to get to pit road there or something.
Shortcut.
Yeah. That was a heavy hit. That's what Joseph McWhorter did early in the race. He literally hit it about the same, pretty much as that. Losing the rear. Cedric blows the chicane down.
Oh, my goodness.
And he's got to slow down for sure. I believe it. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Man, I'm telling you what.
That was okay. All right, Cedric, you got to just calm down there, sir. Everybody just calm down. We're starting to get a little feisty out here. You can see these guys are starting to push the vehicle, Zach, a little bit more, and they're starting to pay for it.
Oh, and Stephen Leffler. He almost looped it. And that let Hartwell get past him. Wow. That's the tires, man. The tires here is something I talk about all the time at this racetrack. And heat them tires up and you're not having a good time. As Hartwell moves himself back into the 6th position. See if he can hold off Leffler. But yeah, Cedric Hunter making that big mistake. I think it's going to take Caress to make another mistake for him to catch Caress, I believe. You see that's the most critical corner area getting onto the oval. See if Leffler can get good power. Now Leffler has better tires, but just not able to get the run that Hartwell is.
Well, Cedric's also got to worry about Mark Whitley behind him too here. 6 to go.
Oh yeah, man. Tell you what, Mark Whitley body slammed the wall, but he's doing all right.
He's fixing the aerodynamics.
Well, he's got the right side matching the left side now in this car. So,
oh, there you go. Now the car can drive straight.
It's symmetrical at least. See here though, even Hayward actually has some pretty good damage now.
Yeah, I think, like you said, it's coming down the tires. This vehicle's starting to slide on them.
There it is.
The problem is you want to run when you race. You want to run fast. I mean, that's the thing. And your brain thinks speed, and tires say no. And and you always wind up overshooting a turn or driving it too hard into a turn, or you get back on the gas too soon.
I mean, I'm telling you, this place will wear your mind out too.
It wears my mind out just calling it.
Oh, and Cedric Hunter's closed the gap a lot on Caress, actually. You can see Caress is just right there. Ooh.
1.4.
Did Caress make a big mistake is my question.
Brendan Hartwell just passed Steven Leffler for 6th position. They're back there still battling it.
Yeah, they are. It's not over till the fat lady sings, and that don't happen till the checker flag's out. You're not fat, though, Robert. Come on.
Well, that's true.
And you're not a lady.
That's very true. But look at this. Under a second now. He's closing. Yeah.
He ran a 1:21.2 last time by. That was quicker. That was a second and a half quicker than our leader.
Where'd that come from?
This is what he does. This is why I tell him to practice, because he's actually pretty good at this stuff, but he doesn't think he's good, so he just, whatever, I'll just show up and race. And he makes all these mistakes, and then he figures out, oh, that's why I made the mistake. I told him he's got Canadian blood in him. He should be good at turning right and left.
Right.
That gives him an extra couple tenths. We'll see if he can do it, but Caress has been stone solid. I mean, Caress has not, made too many mistakes here. Cedric has closed the gap, but, Cedric's been more incident prone.
Hartwell just went off the track on that 40.
Oh, he did. But he still had a Leffler, so.
Still ahead of Leffler.
Yeah.
Hartwell.
Yeah,
oh, wait. Sorry. Yeah. I was reading the wrong. Hayward went off track.
Oh,
Hunter
okay.
did. I said the wrong name. I apologize. I was looking going, he's not near him.
Oh! Press washes wide. Cedric is really closing in here.
You think he's rear view mirror driving now?
Oh, definitely is. It's 4 to go. Oh, and Caress wide there. Oh, Cedric is going to be almost there. This is going to get Chanel. Also got the 24 ahead of him. Oh, let's see how it all shakes out here as they get back onto Oval. Cedric leads the rear. The 91 goes to the outside of the 24. Here's they come down through Oval 1 and 2 to head towards the back straightaway chicane here. Who can outbrake who can put the power down? That's where it comes down to who can put the power down. Cedric actually pretty nice application of the power. He's pretty close, actually. He's getting up through the gears a little bit quicker, too. He's going to be closing into that rear bumper here of this 91 as they come near the braking zone. 91 dives it in there. Brake press. Does he overshoot it? He does. That's slowdown.
That's a slowdown right there.
Cedric Hunter to 3rd place, and that was the pressure, Robert. He just, that is what pressure does to you. Real quick, you look up in your mirror, you say, I got to brake 5 feet farther. No, you gotta brake the same every single time, or you're gonna have simple mistakes like that. Now, can Cedric Hunter not make a mistake is the question for him. As you still got these two not getting away from each other. Hartwell and Leffler, they've been battling, but they also got Brad. Or actually, sorry, nope, they don't have Brad Delph right behind him. I mislooked at that.
He's 7 seconds behind. About 8 seconds back here. Damaged up pretty well. We only had 17 cars start, but he's got a good run. Got to give him credit. He's in the top 10.
That's right, running in the 8th position. Had one pretty big mistake, but other than that, that's pretty much it from what I've seen. With 2 to go here. And this track is so tough to not make mistakes at. Tell you what, Joseph has just got to have a clean 1.5 left laps here in that number 30. And he'll be taking that biocide number 30 to victory lane here at Charlotte. And do not believe he's won a race at the Roval. I know he's had some good races here. He's always been very good at this racetrack. Just never able to crack through for that victory. But man, I tell you what, the 30, he's been looking strong all night here. as he goes down towards the back straightaway chicane for the penultimate time.
Yeah, I mean, he really don't have to push it at all now. Just
He really doesn't. You know what's crazy? Right at directly ahead of him, that is the 00.
yeah.
He is about to lap the 00. That is crazy. Yeah. Oh, Joseph, why are you jumping curbs like that, brother? He literally four-wheel jumped that curb.
So, well, I guess what we said about you don't have to push it didn't apply yet.
Yeah, I've seen that curb dude blow people up before, so he's got the white flag now. He's only got to go through it one more time. He should be good, but man, oh man, he jumped that thing. As that was pretty wild there. As it looks like Hayward's going to hang on to second too. It looks like Cedric Hunter, he started to pull the gap there on Caress also. Mark Whitley actually not far behind Braden Caress, see if he can possibly get to the top 5, but we'll watch Joseph as he continues on for his final lap of this race. See if he can bring her home, and that's number 30. He's going to go through oval 1 and 2 for the final time tonight. Down the back straightaway towards the bus stop chicane. This is one of the toughest places here. Nice, easy over them curbs. One final traction zone here to get going to go towards oval turn 3 and 4, Robert. He's going to head toward the chicane now with one sight in mind, and that's a checkered flag as Joseph McWhorter heads down to the final 2 corners of this race here, Sim Racing Unleashed, and he will be your winner here tonight at the Charlotte Roval. What a race for Joseph. Good win for that dude. As here, look at Hunter Hayward now. He's going to be coming through oval 3 and 4 for the final time. Great run for him tonight to bring it home in the second position at 21. Great race for this 15-year-old as he heads through the chicane for the final time tonight. And there it is, checker flag in the air for Hunter Hayward, second place. As Cedric Hunter now going through the bus stop or the back straightaway chicane for the final time. Looks like he is going to bring home a podium in that number 11 machine. As behind him, I think the 77 and the 91, they might have a little something going into the final chicane here. Let's see if this equates to anything. Mark Willis, blue left side. He's going to the inside. Oh, don't Jimmy Johnson it. As they go through. Oh, Caress. No. Oh, and he's going to have a slow down. I think he might even. Oh,
now, how's that work?
It usually is a time penalty.
Right, but he just crossed the start-finish line for the end of the race. How can he do a time penalty? How's that work?
That may push him back even farther. We're going to have to see how the results play out. But Mark Whitley will come in with 4th for Caress at the moment in 5th. I don't know if that is going to work out in his favor the way he wants it to. As Joseph McWhorter was able to bring home the win, that was a wild ending there. Wow, what a race here we had tonight at the Roval, man. That was fun.
Yeah, it was.
And look at Joseph burn him down. Yeah, it's got to be a happy guy right there in that number 30. Very important race for him here tonight in that number 30 machine.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get everybody ready for our post-race interviews, and we will be right back less than 3 minutes, so hang in there.
All right, we are back here, everyone, as we're about to go through our post-race interviews here with our top 2 finishers here tonight at the Roval. And here is Hunter Hayward here, our second place finisher. Hey, Hunter, second for the booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, buddy. Well, what a race it was here for you tonight, man. Starting in that second position, was able to bring it home in second. Came in here tonight tied for the points lead. So a very good race still here tonight for that points as we go into our final 2 races here at SRU in these closing out weeks. How was the race overall, and what do you think we can look forward to heading into the final 2 weeks here, man?
Well, I mean, yeah, that was incredible racing by everybody. I didn't come into this race too confident. I knew I was pretty quick here. Got a lot of practice at this track with you, by myself. I put in a lot of hours at this track, so I was looking forward to racing here. I had a little mistake, lap 5. Not lap 5. Early in the run, I think y'all saw it where I spun it when I was going in third. I still made my time back up, though. Not too bad. I'm not disappointed at all. I still made my time up. I know I lost a lot of time there, but yeah, believe it or not, folks out there watching, the man with my fuel strategy and everyone was the man talking to you tonight during the race, and man, he played it perfectly. I couldn't have had a better strategy there. I was thinking about going halfway, and he was telling me to go in lap 18 and go lighter on fuel, and I did that, and yeah, I took that second position home. I'm really glad for that. Smoke Inc., everyone on my team, that was a great race today.
Yeah, it definitely was. Actually coming down to that pit stop sequence too, I believe you were around 18 seconds behind Joseph, and you finished 18.9. So, maybe without that mistake, and your pace in the long run really wasn't too far off the top 2 there when those guys were racing. So really, man, take some take a little pride in that. You ran a really good race overall, man, to bring home second. This track is so tough, just like me and Brian were telling you, this place is just so tough and technical. It's all about not making mistakes here, and sometimes you do make mistakes. It's so easy to do. What do you think the biggest struggle was here tonight? The race pace, I feel like probably could have been a little bit better, but you definitely once you got into the 122s, you were able to stabilize that.
Yeah, and even when I got in the 122s, I kind of got down to the 121s and back up to the 122s. It's a very tough track when it comes to old tires. Corners are way tougher with grip, without grip, and yeah, one corner you brake a little too early or late, and you just spin it. So I learned that from early in the run. The biggest struggle, I would probably say, is getting on the power in NASCAR 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Because your rear tires are just gone, and when you want to get in the power, you will spin those rears so much, and you will loop it. So I like learning from that opportunity of just being easy on the power, acting like there's an egg on your foot between your foot and the pedal, and just being safe with it. So I'm grateful to have second place here. I don't like this track at all, so I like how I finished today.
Hey, man, definitely so. Definitely a great finish for you, and also good for the points. That's the big thing you need to take out of here. Going into the final 2 races. So congrats on second here tonight, Hunter. Keep your head up, buddy. Anybody want to send a shout out to you before we let you go? Because you got some special 2 weeks coming up here to maybe become home as a champion.
Special 2 weeks indeed. I am really looking forward to these 2 weeks. Now we have a lot of contention going in, and I'm excited for it. 2 good tracks too for racing, but Smoke Inc., all my teammates out there. I know Stimp couldn't make this race. Shout out to you. Thank you for putting me on your team, man. It's a pleasure. It's an honor. You guys for broadcasting these races, SRU for letting me race in their league, everybody out there. Just thank you for the opportunity.
Awesome stuff, Hunter. Well, buddy, we will catch you next time, and congrats on second, and good stuff.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too, buddy. All right there, ladies and gentlemen, that was your second place finish there, Hunter Hayward. I believe now we do have our third place man in pink car, of course. So we'll get talking here with Cedric Gunner, see what his thoughts are on his third place finish. Hey, Cedric, it's Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yes, I do, man.
Hey, buddy. Well, first thing I got to ask you is, you think some practice would have helped?
Oh, yeah. That was honestly, like, I hate to say it, not running that race yesterday probably would have helped more. Like, I felt like out of that 44 laps, probably 35 to 40, like, it took me about 40 laps, to actually understand what I'm doing and, like, start feeling comfortable. Like, it took me so long. I felt like the whole race I was either underdriving, overdriving, couldn't figure out the gears, like what gear to take what corner, stuff like that. Like, it was just, I honestly have no idea how I came home third. That was easily the sloppiest third place finish I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, it definitely looked pretty sloppy out there. We've seen you a few times mowing the grass, making a few little spins here and there. So definitely a little sloppy on the Indy 11 tonight. But I tell you what, it's pretty good to come up in the third position. I'm sure you weren't expecting that after the first couple laps of this race, after having a pretty mediocre start to this thing. So yeah, man, that just shows your strength to be able to learn throughout the race. But where were you struggling the most here tonight? Was this rear grip? What the car, what corner? Describe to us how tough this track is.
Well, to start off with, this is, I think out of all the times that I've ran here, and I don't have necessarily terrible finishes when I race here. I don't run well. I think I make a lot of mistakes, but they're not major mistakes, so I still come home usually with a somewhat decent finish. I was really struggling with everything. It was the thing I was struggling the most with is just like I was saying earlier, the gearing. Like, I didn't know, okay, if I go into this next corner, am I supposed to be in first, second? Like, what gear am I supposed to be? And then based on if I'm going in there too fast, then obviously I'm tight or loose under braking, and then if I'm going in there too slow, then I just underdrove it. Like, it was really hard to find a proper balance. So it took a while. I felt like throughout the race, at least by the first run, by the end of the run, like last few laps, I felt like I was running people down a little bit. So that was good. That kind of, I knew what I was going to aim for the second run, and that was just going to be, hopefully to keep the tires cool, keep the tires underneath me, and get as much track position as I can throughout the run. I wasn't expecting most of the field to kind of short pit there, pit around lap 18 to 20. I was really surprised, kind of bouncing from 9th all the way to third on the pit cycle. I have no idea what happened to most of the field, and I'm assuming just everyone made mistakes kind of roughly around pit stop time. So it worked out for me. I learned a lot through the race. I'm so glad I don't have to run here again for a while.
That's for sure. It's gonna be a while before we're back here at the Charlotte Roval. So yeah, be happy. I'll be happy when we come back though. But but yeah, man, congrats on third here tonight. Anybody want to say a shout out to before we let you go?
Yeah, I want to shout out you guys. I can't wait to go back and watch this broadcast. You guys always put on a great show. I'm sure it was really entertaining watching us struggle. So that's going to be fun to go watch. I want to thank the admins and the drivers for letting me do my thing over here at SRU. I want to, thank Caress and Mark there for the good, clean battle that we had pretty much throughout the whole race. There was plenty of opportunity for them to kind of just kill me after I made a mistake or something, and they kept it clean. So, shout out to them. I also want to thank all the fans that don't only support the league or the broadcast, but also support the Hello Kitty car every single week. I appreciate you guys, following up and rooting for me on a weekly basis.
All right, buddy. Awesome stuff. And we will catch you later. Congrats on third. And yeah, have a great night.
Thanks, man.
All right. That was your third place finisher. Now on to our winner here, Joseph McWhorter. Remember, guys, he's under the weather here tonight. So great finish for him. He needed this coming here 8 points out from the lead. I'm sure he's going to be a happy guy. So let's see what Joseph McWhorter has to say. Hey, Joseph, it's Zach up in the booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, buddy. Well, I heard you're under the weather, man, so I hope you get better, first of all. Let's, first off, take that out. I hope you feel better. But I'm sure this might have helped it out just a little bit, maybe, at least the mood. How you feeling after that, man?
Oh, I feel 100 times better than what I did. I'm sweating my butt off right now, but and I was starting to get a little bit of the shivers, but You know, it's awesome to get back-to-back wins and get the third win in the row for Driven Motorsports in the playoffs. So you know, I'm beyond happy right now.
Hey man, well you drove one heck of a race. First of all, starting in that third position, you got to the lead before turn 3, so that was a great start. The 0 was able to pass you back, but from there you kind of just rode behind him and bided your time, as he just seemed to be really burning the rears off his car and really attacking those exits. And once you got by him, the pit stop sequence happened, and man, it was pretty much your race to lose at that point. Did everything play out the way you were hoping? Was anything unexpected, or how was it out there on the track tonight? Because it looked pretty tough out there too.
No, it played pretty much how I was thinking it was. I told John, I was just like, we got the lead, and I seen that he was, attacking the corners a lot harder than me, and I was just like, well, if he gets around me, we'll just see what he looks like in front of us, and kind of gather some information about him and see if we can't get back around that 0. And I noticed that he was, real hard on the rears, and so I was just I was running a lot slower, trying to just be easy with the car and kind of wait until he'd made a mistake and get back in front of him. Just we were just trying to play really smart, because he definitely had some really good speed, but unfortunately he made a mistake on pit road, and we were just able to just execute all night tonight and not really make any mistakes. So that's what we need to do, especially with trying to gain the points lead, which I think we did after tonight. So now we just got Kentucky and Richmond left to go.
Yeah, that's right. You got Kentucky and Richmond to go. You came out of here tonight 8 points back entering tonight. Now, Hunter Hayward was tied for the points lead, so I believe you guys are going to be pretty close on points. So you and the 21, as he finished second here tonight, should be pretty close on points as we go to Kentucky and Richmond. What's the thoughts going into the final 2 races? How is it going to play out for you to be able to come home as a champion?
Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling pretty confident. We won in Kentucky and WSSR, in an unfortunate fashion, by making a mistake, I got the win. But, we still had really good speed all night that night, and we also worked the strategy really smart. So I'm feeling really good for that, and I think that we could probably pull that one off. And Richmond, and how good I can be at Richmond. I mean, me and you nose to tail for almost an entire race. So, hanging with the best, I feel like pretty confident. I don't know about sweeping the next 2 races, but I think Richmond's the one that I have circled that I could probably take it home and get Bioside Gaming its first championship and get my first championship since 2016. So,
well, buddy, I tell you what, you definitely got a good shot at it, and I know how good you are at both those tracks. So they're going to have to watch out for the 30, of course, here each and every week as they do. So congrats tonight on the win, man. I hope you feel better first off before we let you go. That's very important to get your health back together. And congrats last night on third. Also, you guys drove a heck of a race last night also. So congrats on that. Congrats on the win tonight, man. Anybody want to send a shout out to you before we let you go?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank Driven Motorsports for all the hard work. John and Danny were really, really good with making calls and keeping me safe all night with some spins from some lap down cars. So, thanks to them. I want to thank Bioside Gaming for everything that they do. I want to thank 1077 Sage. Say it, every time I have an interview. Beautiful vacation spot in Colorado. Check them out at 1077sage.com. I want to thank you guys for putting on the amazing broadcast as always. I know this race was probably not the most action-packed race, but still a really good race, and you guys always do a really good job up in the booth. And I want to thank all the admins and for putting on such a great season.
Hey, buddy, thank you very much. And like I said, hope you get better, buddy, and we'll catch you next time.
Thank you. Appreciate it. See you guys next week.
Yeah, see you later, buddy. All right, that was your winner, Robert, there. Joseph McWhorter, everybody. That was one heck of a race for him, able to start in the third position, bring home the victory. And now we'll pull up our race results here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway road course, otherwise known as the Roval. So here it is, your race results. Joseph McWhorter bringing home that victory there, followed by Hunter Hayward there in the second position. Cedric Hunter able to rebound to a third place position. Mark Whitley will bring it home in the fourth position after passing Braden Kress on that final lap. So Braden Kress will bring it home in that fifth position after missing that final chicane. So good thing for him to be able to still bring it home in the fifth. Sixth will go to Brandon Hartwell, followed by Steven Leffler in the 72 there in seventh. The 14 at Bradley Duff will bring it home in 8th. 9th, we'll go to Michael Yarrow. 10th, there is Adam Samsel. After starting on the pole, we'll finish this race one lap down to the 10th position, followed by Todd Neese, who came in here tonight tied for the points lead also. So he'll lose a considerable amount there in the number 1 car there in the 11th position. 12th will be Gomez. 13th is Jason Adams. 14th will go to Lane Doyle. 15th, Nicholas Lolby. 16th, Robert Cheswick. And running out your field tonight will be Jason Anderson in the 17th position. As what a race it was super fun to call up here. But man, oh man, we're going to Kentucky and Richmond these next 2 weeks, and we'll be able to crown a champion. But I tell you what, guys, that was one heck of a race. I love road course racing. I'm a little jealous. I always like being out here in these cars. These cars are really fun to drive, in my opinion. But Robert, we'll send it up to you to close her on out here for tonight.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Like Zach said, everybody buckle down and get ready. We have 2 more races to go in your truck season. 2 more races in their truck season on Wednesday night, and then we got 2 more like we just talked about here tonight. There's Zach going to Kentucky, and then we head on to good old Richmond for the final here for Sim Racing Unleashed season number 8 with SRU. So it's gonna get tighty, it's gonna get fast, it's gonna get crazy. So make sure you tune in every Sunday night here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting to watch SRU. But we will be live tomorrow night, Zach, at 7:50 as we head on to Michigan with Evolution Racing League, as trucks guys go out there, and we'll see what they can do there at good old Irish County there in Michigan. So we will be live tomorrow at 7:50, and then we head on to the trucks here with SRU, and that will be our weekly schedule this week here as we're under the holidays. But hopefully everybody enjoyed tonight's race, and we do much appreciate everybody tuning in out there. But until then, we will catch everybody tomorrow night here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. God bless everybody. We love yous all. Peace out.
Later, everybody.